What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the FallenRedZeo. I'm back with more Marvel Legends, and today we have this Wolverine 5-pack, the Amazon exclusive. And in this pack, we've got Wolverine, Callisto, Jason Wyngarde, Omega Red, and Cyber. So this is a pretty cool 5-pack, getting 4 new Marvel Legends figures for our X-Men characters, so that's really awesome. And then a Wolverine to throw in there too, because they always got to give us one of the main characters. So very awesome looking 5-pack that looks very cool altogether. So we have a nice Wolverine logo down there at the bottom. If we turn to the side, on the side of the box, we can see all 5 of the characters there from top to bottom, which is really cool. And then on the back we just have this awesome Wolverine tearing through the screen picture, so that is just very cool. No information or anything on it, so like no words or anything describing the people, but still a very cool looking box and 5 very cool looking figures. So this pack looks awesome, so I'm excited to open it. So let me go ahead and get them out of the box and we'll check them out together. So let's go ahead and start off with Wolverine, or Logan as you know him. So of course the typical Wolverine, where he has the adamantium skeleton, the healing factor, and the claws, which look really cool. But this one's a little bit different, where he's shirtless, so you can see most of his upper body, and you can see that he's got all sorts of cuts and scratches on him and everything. So we have Wolverine in his brown and yellow suit, so you can see with the colors there. So we'll show some of the older ones that we've had before, but there we got to look at Logan's face. So he's all angry and stuff there. You can see his teeth showing, and then of course squinted eyes and stuff, and his hair all up in the classic style that I love. And then we've got his shirtless body, so it looks very cool. You can see all the hair designs they put on it, so a lot of detail going all the way down to the hands, on the chest, and then as you can see they also has the scratches on him, so on his shoulder there, on his chest, on his stomach, and on his bicep and everything there, and around on the back. So just looks very cool. They of course made him super hairy and everything, and he's pretty short, so we'll have to show him compared to other figures later on, but looks very cool. And as I mentioned, we have the classic brown and yellow suit, so he's got the yellow legs with the brown underwear, the red belt on, and the brown boots with the black little fins. So just looks very cool. And then of course his adamantium claws, so just a very cool looking figure overall. You know, not a necessary figure, but they just kind of threw it in here to give you a new version of Wolverine, so just pretty cool overall. So for the figure's movements, his head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good overall. The shoulders can come up 90 degrees there and has the butterfly joint, and of course can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far, about 90 degrees. And then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We have an ab crunch forward and back just a little bit, not very far back, but mostly forward there, so pretty good. Twist all the way around at the waist. Hips can come up 90 degrees, out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back. There is a shin twist down in the boot there, so it can twist all the way around. And then we get the foot that can flex back and forth and can twist side to side. So pretty good figure overall, has really good movements, but of course it's pretty standard for Wolverine. Now for accessories, we get some additional pieces, so we have some additional hands. So we have 2 fist hands, so if you don't want the claws out, you can have these 2 fist hands, and I like how they even have the hair designs on them and stuff, so very cool. And then we also get an additional head, so we have a head here with the mouth closed, but this time he is all beat up, so he's got all these scratches and scars, a little bit of like bruising there on his mouth, maybe a black eye and stuff there. So very cool looking additional head, but I don't like it. It just kind of looks a little dopey with it being all scratched up. Of course it does fit a little bit better with the body, but I just don't like the head as much, so I'll probably just leave the standard one on. And then we have 2 other additional versions of Wolverine in the brown suit, so I don't know what these are from. They're, you know, older figures, so I don't remember them all, but here's one where we can see the face, and then one where he's got the helmet on. And again, these are 2 different versions, but you can see overall their bodies are going to be pretty much the same stuff, the red belt with the brown and yellow outfit and everything, so everything else is pretty much the same. So I just wanted to show those 2 off. And next up we have Jason Wyngarde, which is also known as Mastermind, and he's pretty cool because he's an original founding member of the Brotherhood of Evil, so Magneto's group. That has a lot of like the evil mutants in it and stuff, so that's pretty cool that he's a founding member of it. But as we see with his look here, he applies to be in the inner circle of the Hellfire Club, and he uses his power of illusion casting, so he does a lot of illusion stuff. We'll go into more in a little bit, but he uses his illusions to make Jean Grey become the new Black Queen of the Hellfire Club. So if you saw the Hellfire Club box set, we did have a Jean Grey head for the Black Queen, but it was actually the Phoenix Force parading around as Jean Grey, and with his use of his powers on her, it ended up triggering the transformation into the Dark Phoenix, and so the Hellfire Club rejected him since they now had the Dark Phoenix on their hands. And as I mentioned, his powers are illusion casting, so he can sonically cause others to see, hear, touch, smell, and taste things that do not exist, and he can duplicate himself. And I guess we'll go and show it that he can also create himself to look younger and more handsome, so we get this additional head to go along with it. So this is kind of how he appears more with the Hellfire Club, so he fits in more with them, and like I said, does look much better and handsomer compared to like this creepy old man looking face. So we do get that additional head that I will switch out, and we will be doing something different with this in a second. But as you can see, he's in the outfit of the Hellfire Club, so it looks very similar to all the other guys from the Hellfire Club, just in a little bit different colors. So he's got a black suit with red underneath, so he has like some red frills on his arm, a red vest, he has the little ascot on there, and he has the black pants going into the white socks that go up his legs, and then the little like pilgrim style shoes with the buckles on them and stuff. So I love the look of the Hellfire Club. It's just something weird and kind of ridiculous, but I do like their looks overall. Just a neat little thing. But there we can see the look of his face, the real Jason Wingard. So like I said, he kind of looks old and like a creepy old man. Doesn't look too good with the face with like the red bags under his eye and stuff, but nice looking face overall, just overall kind of creepy. So for his movements, his head can twist all the way around. He can look down very little because of the ascot and up that far, so not too bad overall. Like I said, just the ascot's in the way. The shoulders can come about 90 degrees there and rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far. Wrist can twist around, kind of stiff, especially with the frills around the wrist, and then barely any movement at all again because of that. I'm sure there's an ab crunch up in there, but of course with the coat on, we don't really get to see it, but he can crunch back and forth a little bit. We get a twist all the way around at the waist. Hips up 90 degrees out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around. A double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back. Shin twist at the bottom of the pants leg. And the foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So as I mentioned, we prefer this head much more. So let's go and switch it out. So there we have the younger, much better looking version of Jason Wingard there for the Hellfire Club, because I think that looks really good there. And then we can bring in the other two guys of the Hellfire Club. So the Donald Pierce and Sebastian Saul. So there we have all three male members of the Hellfire Club, and those all look pretty good. And with that additional head, we went ahead and put it on the Mobius body. So this is a common thing in the collecting community, because in the comics, Jason Wingard does wear an outfit similar to this. I think he pretty much has this and then like a duster on, a brown duster on over the top of it. So it's pretty cool that you can do this so easily, just head swap it out with a Mobius, and it looks pretty good there, and I will put a picture up so you can see what it looks like. So overall, it's pretty cool getting another member for our Hellfire Club, and I think overall looks pretty cool, and with the additional head, you have a whole nother version of him as well. So I think pretty cool overall for the two versions of Jason Wingard. And then we've got Omega Red, whose real name is Arkady Rosovich, and he is a Russian mutant, and he developed the signs of being a serial killer at a young age, and he ended up joining the Russian army, but started to kidnap and kill young kids, but was eventually caught by the army, and he was set to be executed for his crimes, but his mutant powers came to life and saved him. So Russia ended up putting him in the super soldier program and gave him some cybernetic enhancements along with some tentacles that we'll see. So very creepy guy, you know, pretty much just a serial killer murderer that they turned into a villain. So very creepy looking, but I think he looks awesome overall with just the white and red. Just looks very cool. I just like the colors and everything. But this is a figure we have seen before, and I will show you the different ones. I just think this one looks much better, but he looks pretty cool overall. So he's got the long blonde hair, you can see, with a little ponytail up there, red headband on with the Omega logo on it, all white face with the weird like things on the side of his face. You know, reminds me of like the Heath Ledger Joker. Looks pretty cool when you see his mouth in there. And then going down, we got his suit on. So he has like this old Russian suit on stuff. So he has these big armor pads, which has some like textures and details into it, which look pretty cool. And I like the red and silver. And then we have the white straps going down, going into the belt. His skin's all white now, so we have the white skin going into the like forearm gauntlets and gloves, and the bodysuit continuing all the way down to we have these big giant knee pads that look like heads, and then the all white feet. So looks pretty cool overall. This is just an awesome looking figure in my opinion. I think he looks pretty cool. Omega Red's an awesome looking character, but very evil. And for his powers, he has the death factor, which emits pheromones that will kill anybody around him. He also has superhuman strength, durability, and reflexes, along with a healing factor, and he also has life absorption through trapping people with his tentacles. But for movements, the head can twist around in there. Of course, with the hair, it's kind of in the way, but you can get twist side to side. But you can look down that far and up just about that far because the hair, so not a whole lot of range in the neck. The shoulders can come up 90 degrees and does have the butterfly joint there and can rotate around within there as well. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that bends just about 90 degrees, wrist twist around and flex back and forth. But of course, he has these things on the back of his hand, so can't really bend up too far. He has the ab crunch in there, crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. And his suit does come off, so you have this little attachment piece you can undo if you want to take it off. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back, and the foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So not too bad in movements. And for additional accessories, we get an additional head. So we have this head where he's just got his like teeth gritted instead of the open mouth, which looks creepy. Either way, doesn't really make much difference, but it's still very creepy either way. And as mentioned, he has the tentacles. They are carbonadium tentacles, and so we have the short little white ones that can go into his hands, or we have the long extended out ones. So let's go and put like one of each on his arms. So there I got the tentacles in his hands, and those look pretty cool just coming out. And then we also have the older version as well. So this is an old version we got with, I think, like the Sauron wave or something. So he has more silvers into him, and I don't like it as much. I like this new one a lot better. Just the overall colors are better. But there is the old one, and it is the exact same body. They just repainted it this time. Looks very cool overall, and like I said, I definitely like the newest one much better. And then we have Callisto, which was blinded and disfigured at a young age, and because of that she rebelled against society for the hate of mutants and decided to go live underground, where she ends up joining with Caliban and creates a community of mutant outcasts called the Morlocks that live underground. And she just has the powers of superhuman senses with enhanced physical abilities as well as healing powers. So she's not really that special overall, but a pretty cool looking figure. So if we see her body, you may recognize it because it looks just like the punk version of Storm that we've had before, which I will show off. So it's pretty much the exact same body, once again, just painted a little bit different. But there we can see the face there of Callisto looks pretty cool. So you can see she does have like the eye missing and scarred there. So she has the eye patch on and then just the normal looking face there. But I like her short haircut with, that's all black, but has the blue detailing for that classic comic look. And then as I mentioned, she has that punk Storm outfit on. So she has the leather vest, the collar around her neck with the stud, collar with studs on around her forearms, black gloves on, or an orangish yellow shirt on with some belts going down into black leather pants into black leather boots. So overall looks pretty cool and pretty badass, but overall, you know, nothing really too special about her, just the face that makes her separate. And for her movements, her head can twist side to side, probably go all the way around. Yeah, if you kind of twist it around there, they get around the collar, and she can look down that far and up just about that far. Color's just in the way, you can't get too much, but she can look really far down. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees there and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint with the rotation in it, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. She has the ab crunch and twist right under her chest, so you can crunch forward barely any, so pretty much just straight on, just a little forward and more back there, so just a little crunching, and can twist side to side as well. Her hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back. She can pretty much kick her own butt. Foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. And for accessories, she comes with some additional hands, so we just get 2 grip hands there, so fingerless gloved hands. And then she also comes with some knives, so we get like a butterfly knife and probably like a switchblade or something there. So very cool looking knives that we can also put into those grip hands. So there I got the knives in her hands, and that looks pretty awesome. And then as mentioned, she is based off that old punk Storm, so here is that Storm. So you can see they have the exact same body, so obviously just changed the colors and the different heads on them. So very cool overall, but like I said, it's just reused completely of her body. And of course, from her story, she fights Storm a lot, so it kind of fits that they're both there together. So very cool looking for both those. But the Callisto overall, like I said, is not a whole lot to her, and she's not like, doesn't stand out a lot, but still a pretty cool looking figure overall. And our last figure from this 5-pack is Cyber, also known as Silas Burr. And in the early 1900s, he ended up being charged with 22 counts of murder and sentenced to death by hanging, but ended up being saved by Victor Creed, also known as Sabretooth, under the orders of a guy named Romulus. And Romulus took Silas and had his body bound with adamantium, so all his skin is now adamantium, and he became the villain known as Cyber. So as mentioned, his whole skin is now adamantium, so you can see there, so he looks a lot like Colossus with the textures and everything. So he now has this whole adamantium skin, and then he has this blue outfit on, so he has this blue head covering that covers his face. You can see his face there, our teeth all gray and everything, and then the all blue covering down the center of his body, all the way from the chest down to his feet. So he's just all this shiny metallic blue in the middle with the 2 arms, again, like I said, that look like Colossus, and he's a big figure as well, so it pretty much is probably based off Colossus. And for his powers, of course, he has the adamantium skin, so he's pretty defensible, but he also has a healing factor and all the superhuman powers of strength, speed, durability, and everything else. And for the movements, the head can twist all the way around. He can look down that far and up that far, so pretty good overall. Shoulders can come up under 90 degrees there and rotate all the way around. We'll get a bicep twist, a single elbow joint that can bend up there under 90 degrees, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He has the ab crunch, so crunch back and forth and twist all the way around at the waist. Hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back, and a little stiff, but the foot can rock back and forth and twist side to side. So he's lacking some movement, but he is a big colossal guy, so kind of fits with that because he won't be moving too much, but he's pretty basic, like nothing really much to him at all. You know, he's not really that exciting looking or anything, not a whole lot to him, but I think he looks pretty cool to go with the collection. So there's our Wolverine 5-pack figures all together, and you can see the height difference between all of them. Of course, Wolverine being the shortest and Cyber being the tallest, with Omega Red being pretty up there as well. So pretty cool to see them all together. Of course, they're a collection of mutant villains, so they all really don't all fit together, but they kind of picked out just different characters to throw in. So I think it's a pretty awesome set overall, but let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.